Good afternoon, everyone. It is raining, it is windy, and the wind is just whipping in all different directions. It has no one way or one other. EB. Shh. Okay. So, got a lot to talk about. I hope everybody is hunkered down and doing well, and we're prepared in the ways that they should be prepared for things like hurricanes and seasonal events. I know this is a very bad one, and I know, but this is why I prepare, okay? Because even up here, we get residual effects, lots of rain, lots of wind, down power lines, because we're in the rural area. It doesn't take much for our electric to go out anyway. I'm just saying. Exactly. But anyway, um, this is why I prepare. Another reason why I prepare. Have you seen the news where you have the longshoremen, the port workers are wanting to strike? And with that strike, I don't know which way is the best. Ugh, I don't like that. Um, with the strike is going to come some shortages, but it won't be food this time. Okay? This is going to be everything that's imported off of ships, so on and so forth. Now, if they do go on this strike, it will be next Tuesday, I think is what it said, and they're already slowing down. Okay, and that's whatever. Um, but this is what I want to warn you about. If you noticed, the Teamster president did not endorse either candidate for president, and I have a feeling that you're going to see something going on with the Teamsters as well. And do you know what that means? That means transport could be shut down. And so let's use our time wisely to make certain that we do have those things that we need, those things that we use every day, and make sure we buy a couple of them every week until we cannot buy them anymore, just in case transport goes down. Um, this is really concerning me. I'm kind of watching, connecting them dots. If the Teamsters decide to go on strike, you've already got the longshore workers, the port workers on strike. This could be a very, very messy, messy situation. When people do not get food into their stores, they will be hungry. If you do not have extra in your cabinet, you will go hungry. Because if you're depending upon the grocery store for your food and there is no transport to that grocery, I think they say they have how many days worth of food depending on the amount of people in that area, but people will travel to other areas to get those products that they need. So if you say, well, we're only going to serve our local residents, you can't do that because you're going to have people flocking into other stores to find what they need. So I'm just telling you something to consider. Um, the things that come in from other countries are going to be what is going to be the problem at this point. But what is the next point? When the Teamster president did not endorse either candidate, I think that really showed me where he stood, and he's making a power play. That's my opinion. That's what I've gathered. That's the dots that I'm connecting. Of course, they're not completely connected because we'll never know, right? Okay. Now, something else I want to talk about. I do want to get back to something. I keep hearing about the economic situation. Kamala's economics are going to be horrible. Trump's will be better. I will beg you to please go and watch Mark Cuban. Just Google his name. He's done a few interviews in the past week. I'm not sure exactly which one you want to see. I've watched several of his interviews, and he's very much saying that Harris's economic plan is much better than Donald Trump's. So you might want to go watch Mark Cuban. Interesting fella. He and many of your Wall Street economic wizards and more of your economists are saying the exact same thing. But Mark Cuban will make it easier for you to understand than anyone I've heard. So, Mark Cuban. Okay. Now, I also want to talk about a few things. I have never had anyone answer the question that how are we going to protect our children from gun violence, which is the number one killer of them. You know, we have abortion laws. You know, we're trying to tell transgender children that they're not. We're trying to teach Christianity to our kids. We're trying to ban books from our kids. But what are we going to do about the gun violence? What are we going to do about the mass shootings? What is going to happen? No one has ever answered this question for me, and it's starting to become very annoying. I hear someone say, well, Kamala says she's going to take your guns. That is not at all what she said. So you need to understand that's not what she said. There are several states that have guards in place that if you are a gun owner, you must have them properly confined. You know, like your pit bull, like the two people that went to prison for a pit bull that got loose and killed a man. Okay, same kind of concept, except for the fact that we need to protect these kids when they're in school. You want to break up public school. We know what that's all about. You know, Moms for Liberty goes into the thing and then into the council, the board council, whatever, and then they start dismantling the school, and it's just a real horrible thing. You know, the no say don't say gay, and then they're gay, and then there's sexual deviant. I don't get it, but whatever. How are you going to protect the children? And you know, MAGA not answering me on this is very clear because the two answers of the two people that they're following, Trump says we need to get over it when it comes to deaths of our children in school. You know what Vance says? It's a part of life. No, that's a part of death. It's not a part of life. And neither one of them have a good answer, so I don't expect you to. So I'm challenging you to answer this question. What would you do to stop the number one killer of our children, gun violence, in our country? How would you stop school massacres? It's on you. And now I'll get comments, and they'll be asking me a question back instead of focusing on the question that I have asked. Cowards don't answer questions. Cowards don't meet problems with their brains. Cowards can't answer a question because it might step on someone else's toes. So figure it out. Are you a coward or are you going to help solve a problem? I'm just asking. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. That's right. I'm going to go get soaked. And my sloppy feet. Bye, y'all. I'm a ragamuffin today, and I don't care. I have a skirt on, too, by the way. Bye.